Hey, I guess I'm live now. I guess I'm live. Am I? Yeah. Well, let's see if we can get that. There we go. There we go. All right. Well, it looks like we got an excellent connection. So, how about that? Okay. And perhaps you have ads before we can get started. So, I don't know. That's a good thing, I guess. That's a good thing, I guess. Let me maybe get the flame on, right? Yes, I'm only on YouTube right now, which I will explain. Can I close this? Close it. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. I am so glad that you have joined me. It's been tricky. Anyway, we've got a live flame. Can you see that? It's funny. It doesn't show up on the camera as much as it does in real life. How about that? Anyway, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining me. Got an interesting show to get to today. Number of stories. Looks like this live flame is going to go out. And we got smoke everywhere. Okay, well, it's a Monday. It's a Monday. What are you going to do? Anyway, let's reset and let's get to it. First up, if any of these mice work. If any of these mice work. If any of these mice work. That's the key. Mice, you're supposed to hear that I'm saying that, and then you know we get it going. All right. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, gather round for a tale of Nayib Bukele, the man who turned criticism into a political superpower. Forget superheroes. We've got a president who can spin negative reviews into gold. So Bukele, he's the president of El Salvador, gets a little heat for his strongman tactics. Some folks are like, hey, this is a bit too authoritarian for our taste. But instead of getting defensive, no, Bukele decides, you know what? They're going to call me a dictator. I'm going to be the world's coolest dictator. Yeah. Oh, you know what's crazy? It worked. The guy took a page out of Celebrity Handbook. Embrace the controversy. Suddenly people are looking at him like he's the James Dean of international politics. He's out there on social media saying, yeah, I'm the coolest dictator. Deal with it. And you know what? People are dealing with it. They're not just dealing with it, they're loving it. It's like he turned El Salvador into the coolest dictatorship since, well, I don't know if dictatorships can be cool. But he's making a case for it. Here's the genius move. He's not just stopping at the title. Bukele is taking the criticism and flipping it to become a strength. Oh, you think I'm too authoritarian? Well, watch me embrace it. And now, I'm not just any dictator, I'm the coolest one out there. It's a masterclass in turning weaknesses into strengths. He's got people saying, yeah, he's a bit heavy-handed. But have you seen his social media game? A+ for style. Here's the kicker. He's not just making himself more popular, he's making being a dictator cool. I never thought I'd say those words, but hey, it's 2024. Anything goes. So, President Bukele, the man who turned criticism into a popularity contest, came out on top. Who knew being the world's coolest dictator would be the ultimate political power move? It's like he's running a political reality show, and the ratings through the roof. My name's Tom Coffey. The Coffee Nuance Show, best censored commentary news show live right now. Flame on. Hey, thanks for joining me today, everyone. Yeah, this is an interesting story. Just making sure I can see me? Good. You can. At least I can see me. It's tricky. I'm doing everything on different equipment now, and I'm not used to it. I should practice, but nope. Practice. Anyway, El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, and I'm not sure if Nayib is correct. I meant to check how to pronounce that, so don't take my word for that, but it's Bukele. He declared himself the winner of the national elections, claiming over 85% of the vote. Though official results have not been released yet, Bukele, known for his strong stance against gangs, was expected to secure his second term. He asserted that his New Idea party also won a majority in the Legislative Assembly. Critics fear he may use his power to overthrow and overhaul the Constitution and eliminate term limits. Bukele's anti-crime measures, including mass detentions, led to significant drop in murder rates. However, concerns persist about the sustainability of each of these measures. What is the background picture? Well, that's because I didn't It's because I didn't do one. It was a desktop. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Bukele's economic challenges, including slow growth, rising poverty, may pose significant obstacles during his term. So, congratulations to the re-election of the world's coolest dictator. He's not a dictator. Okay. He's the duly elected president of El Salvador. I just thought this was a very interesting way for him to flip criticism and use it to his advantage. The title "World's Coolest Dictator" came because that's what he changed a while back on his profile on Twitter. Right? Instead of President of El Salvador, he changed it to World's Coolest Dictator. I think that's a boss move. Really is. You take the criticism of you and you flip it into your greatest strength. Totally works. Now, I would try this myself, but I don't know. I don't know any criticism of me other than I don't have, I can't figure out how to stream well. And I can't seem to figure out how to multi-stream. That's why we're only on YouTube Live right now. Perhaps I'll try to post it on Rumble afterwards. But I just have not been able to do it yet. But we do have what appears to be a very clear, clean, 1080 high-definition stream. And I'm looking here. 0 dropped frames, so that's good. So at least something is working right. Something is working right. And perhaps someday, if you stay tuned, they'll all start working right. I know, promises. What are you going to do? Anyway, I got a number of stories to get to today, so, but I just wanted to lead off with Bukele in El Salvador. A friend of mine is going down Wednesday down to El Salvador for a conference. So I'm going to talk to him about everything that's going on down there. Should be fun. But anyway, next up, let's talk about what's going on with the border in this latest bill. Okay. Well, The Senate's draft border bill, aimed at addressing migration issues, is criticized for potentially exacerbating the problem by inviting more migrants seeking jobs or asylum. Now, despite promises of a border shutdown, the bill, as described by lead Democratic negotiator Chris Murphy, emphasizes pro-migration rules. These include faster asylum process, immediate work permits for most asylum seekers, government-paid lawyers for young unaccompanied minors, and additional visas. Critics argue the bill disregards for concerns about economic impact, housing costs, potential strain on resources. They also highlight loopholes, allowing continued parole migration and limiting legal recourse. The bill is seen as a departure from core American values and a threat to Republican political careers. Additionally, it increases incentives for foreign graduates to take white-collar jobs amid concerns about job displacement due to artificial intelligence. So, yeah, this is a terrible bill, and from what I have read, it's worse. It's worse than you think. It's way worse than you would have expected it to be. It had all kinds of, hey, do you want to do something about the border? Well, let's throw in another, I don't know, $60 billion or something for Ukraine, and let's... Really? And essentially, there's provisions in it that, you know, fast-track citizenships of people that are here illegally so that, you know, they might be able to vote in the near future. And additionally, the thing that has become a growing concern of myself and something that I'm becoming more and more familiar with is the funding to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars to these non-governmental agencies. And these particular NGOs are actually in Latin America gathering people and helping them on their way to the U.S. Why are we paying for that? Why are we paying to get people through the Darien Gap, right? Why are we paying these non-governmental agencies to help people go all the way from South America all the way to the U.S. border to come in? And this is all funded by the U.S. taxpayer? This is really weird. There's a lot more to this than I can understand. There's something really... I don't know. There's something else going on here, and it's not very transparent. But I don't like it. I don't think tax dollars should be going to help people come here to get an asylum case. I don't know. And I certainly don't know what giving tens of billions of dollars more to Ukraine has anything to do with the border. Looks like it's more of a, I don't know, more payoffs and more funneling of money to military companies and kickbacks and corrupt politicians. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it appears like to me. And if you don't want it to appear that way, then you have to be a little bit more transparent, because that's the assumption that I have. Anyway, we got some interesting news with CNN Morning. You watched that, right? No, you don't? Well, a lot of people don't, and that's the story, right? CNN is overhauling its morning news schedule due to low ratings. Poppy Harlow and Phil Mattingly are leaving CNN this morning, with Casey Hunt's early start expanding. CNN News Central moves to 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., and the news show takes the 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. slot. Morning programming in New York is now discontinued. This ends CNN's years-long effort to compete with morning giants Today and Good Morning America. The changes reflect Warner Brothers Discovery's aim at a calmer tone. The fate of streaming on CNN Max and HLN, that remains uncertain. So, I don't watch CNN. And apparently, most people don't either. But apparently, they had a morning show, and this was the one that Don Lemon was on, and the other girl with the eyebrows was on, and they both left to do other things. I guess Don Lemon was canned, but now he's on X. He's got a show on there. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if he's put out an episode, but I know he's been hired to make content for X now. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. But yeah, their morning show just not doing well, and so they'll throw things up and see if they can come up with a better solution. Oh yeah. Anyway, well, yeah, I guess as many people are watching CNN as they're watching C&N, right? But there we go with that. Anyway, here's an interesting story, and I think it's a slippery slope. But you tell me what you think. Parisians voted to triple parking costs for SUVs as part of an effort to reduce air pollution and address the climate crisis. The proposal targets heavier polluting vehicles, gaining about 55% support. The increased fees, mainly for non-residents, applies to specific weight categories. If approved, the measure takes effect on September 1st, aligning with Mayor Anne Hidalgo's eco-friendly initiatives. Opposition from car associations highlights the growing controversy over green policies in Europe. So what these fees are, this is for vehicles, I think, that are over 4,000 pounds, which would be most SUVs and trucks and whatnot. But tripling the parking fees, all in the name of climate change. Of course, parking fees disproportionately affect people with less money, as do, toll roads and whatnot. You are paying. So is this really going to affect, the uber wealthy that have these big, heavy vehicles? No, not really. In fact, it's going to open it up, and it's going to allow them more access to parking, right? So this is a way for rich people to have more parking for themselves, essentially. I mean, that's the end result. But it's all done in the under the guise of climate change. And again, this was voted in by 55% of the people. So, I don't know how I feel about this. You would think, right, parking, you pay for a parking spot. If you're using the parking spot, you should be able to put whatever you want in that parking spot. Now, if you got a big vehicle and you're taking 2 parking spots, then you pay for 2 parking spots. That seems to be the fair way to do this. I think if you want to punish, I guess, people driving heavier vehicles, maybe you could have, the registration fees be higher or something. But I don't know. This seems to be more and more is done under the guise of, we got to do something for the climate. Explain this to me, right? Explain this to me. If we're concerned about these heavier vehicles, how does money fix it? How does money fix it? I don't know. They collect more money, so therefore there's no climate change? Is that the logic that we're going with here? I'm trying to understand the logic. Or is it we just want to punish people? We want to punish people that have heavier vehicles. Okay. I don't know how this does anything for climate. I don't know how this does a thing for climate. But that's the excuse that's used. So, and they get this through, and this is the camel's nose in the tent strategy. They come in with something that they think they can pass, right? So they come in with, we want to punish these heavier vehicles because they, I don't know, somehow they hurt the parking spot more or whatever. I don't even know. I'm not even sure what the argument is. But then to make it more fair, right? You can see this in the future. To make it more fair in the future, they're probably going to have to charge everybody more. I don't know. It's hard to even argue this because I don't really understand what the argument is. Yeah. I don't even get what the argument is. But they're doing this in France, so we'll probably see it in Portland this spring. Yeah. We'll probably see it in Portland this spring because Portland's on the cutting edge. If there's any way to add more fees and to punish people more under the guise of equity or climate or something, we'll do it here in Portland. Anyway, I got a story about King Charles. Yeah, King Charles III has been diagnosed with cancer following a hospital procedure for benign prostate enlargement. Buckingham Palace announcement revealed the cancer was detected during the procedure, prompting the 75-year-old monarch to suspend public duties for treatment. The palace did not specify the type of cancer. Despite undergoing regular treatments, the king will continue state business and official paperwork, expressing gratitude for swift medical intervention and remaining optimistic about his recovery. King Charles III, who ascended to the throne in September 2023 after Queen Elizabeth II's death, has generally enjoyed pretty good health. So, just giving you an update about King Charles having cancer. Cancer doesn't, it's not picky, right? It doesn't just come after people with poor habits and whatnot. Cancer can affect anyone. And that's just a reminder that it's a good thing to get these things checked out, even if you feel healthy. Now, if this had to do with the prostate, when you go in, you get checked. Typically men get this checked starting at 50. I think the recommendation now has been knocked down to 45. I will tell you, I have had it checked myself, and it's a good thing that I did because I had a couple bad things removed. And it was very easy, and I felt absolutely nothing. You go in, you do a couple, they have you count down from 10, and I think I made it down to 7. I was out, and then wake up an hour later and feel great. So I recommend anyone, any male, to have this checked out just in case. And it has nothing to do with how you feel, right? You still could have some cancer if they catch it early, which they did for me. It's no big deal. Don't let it go too far. because these things are easily preventable. And I just wanted to do a reminder for you if you haven't had that done. So, yeah. Anyway, we need some good news, so let's get to the good news of the day. So, a 2024 survey, wow, that was fast, by the Human Flourishing Lab indicates that 82% of Americans are hopeful about their personal futures and 85% are hopeful about their family's future. 3/4 express hope for their local communities. Hopefulness is consistent across demographics, with mental health influencing optimism. Now, despite challenges, 56% are hopeful about the country's future as a whole. The director of the lab emphasizes the importance of monitoring mental health and fostering hope for individual and societal well-being. So, we hear so much negativity all the time, maybe even on this show. But it is important to have hope. Often, there's the placebo, and the placebo could be, if you have hope, that can actually affect things getting better. That's for sure. I don't know what's going to happen in this country. I don't know what's going to happen with let's say, the national debt. A lot of these things that we see in the news would have us scared or have us very concerned about the future of the country. I just know personally, though, that being hopeful works better. It works better, even if it's true or not. Even if it's true or not, being hopeful will get you a better outcome than being pessimistic about things. So, and it was interesting to actually see the survey that so many people also felt the same way. I don't know if we can trust these studies, but that's my cynicism. But I do hope that that's what it is. Anyway, stick around for the after show. I will be going through your comments if I can and giving you a little update. Anyway, hope you all have a beautiful day. I am trying so freaking hard to make it so that I can stream on both channels, multi-stream, and do all this kind of stuff. And as soon as I can get it figured out, I'm going to be doing more and more shows. But I'll definitely be here noon on Wednesday on the West Coast for another big idea. Till then, peace. Okay, here's the chat. Obviously, I can't figure out how to get a better chat window than this. I don't know why. But it is what it is. Let's see if I can. Let's see. Boom. Okay. So yeah, at the beginning, no nothing. Thanks, Natasha. Rumble. No Rumble today. I tried again actually this morning with Rumble. On Rumble, what I'm trying to do on Rumble is they've got the Rumble Studio and they've got just the old Rumble thing. So I'm trying to learn the Rumble Studio, but for whatever reason, the Rumble Studio, and this is inside baseball, I know, I can't get my streaming software to show up as a source. So I can have the camera show up as a source, but I can't do all the, I can't change scenes or change, I can't put the chat up on the screen and whatnot. I can't figure out how to do that on Rumble right now. The way things are currently set up. I may be posting to Rumble on Twitter. So if you are on Rumble, or I mean, if you are on Twitter, if you're on Twitter and you see me post to Rumble asking for help, if you could do me a favor and hit the like button, maybe if a few more people like my questions to them, I might get some response or maybe some. It's tough because I know they're a small company, and they're trying to work things out. I actually do get some, and I do get some responses from Rumble when I try contacting them. I never get a response from YouTube if I have a problem there. The thing is, with YouTube, I am able to, Google and find out. There's so many people using YouTube, you can usually find answers to questions that you have. A lot harder to do on Rumble. But anyway, Natasha says, a friend who once lived in Panama said they had a benevolent dictator at the time. Perhaps. The background picture, yeah, I forgot to turn it on. Silly me. So it was just the background of the desktop of the computer. That's what it was. The U.S. has to have... No. I'm going to pass on that comment, Natasha. I don't think... I want to be more positive. Rev68 says, the American flag emoji is not available on YouTube. I bet you can guess what two other flags are available. Well, that's interesting. What other two flags would be available? I'm sure there's got to be some kind of pride flag that's available, right? I'm sure that's available. I'm trying to guess what else would be available. What would the other flag be? Oh, I don't know. Probably the communist flag or something. Is the Chinese flag available? I don't know. Alan Durrell says, how does money fix that? Stop seeing through our schemes and pay up. Yeah, I don't know. The way I look at it, I look at toll roads and parking as very similar. That when they increase the fees for these, it affects poorer people more, right? So, like, if you're poorer, if you have less money, you're less likely to be on a toll road, and you are less likely to pay for parking. The more expensive the parking becomes, the less likely you are to pay for the parking. And so what it does is it then opens up parking, and it opens up the toll road for richer people. So they'll have more parking spaces available, and the toll road, they will be able to drive faster because there will be less cars on the toll road. That's the scheme, right? That's what it is. When you see a toll road and the fees go up, less people are on it. So if you are, say, worth $10 million, it doesn't matter to you that you pay a couple bucks more. Now you've got a toll road that you can speed down, right? Because we got the plebes off the road. We got the proletariat. They're not there. And so now you can drive faster. And if we can get them out of our parking spots too, downtown, get them out of the parking spots, now you've got more parking available for you. Do you get it now? Do you get it now? That's my take on it. But I don't know. Natasha says, weren't they pointing out his very swollen fingers back when he took the throne? I don't remember that, and I don't know what kind of cancer that he has, because they haven't said. I mean, they found it during a prostate exam, so we can probably guess what the cancer was. But and I don't know if fingers have anything to do with that or not. Okay, it's the trans flag. Okay. So we got the... Oh. Bless me. Okay. So no American flag on the YouTube emojis, but we got a pride flag and a trans flag. That about makes sense. Yeah, seed oils. Alan Durrell's talking about seed oils is something that seems like everyone's talking about in the last year. I don't know that I really even use any seed oils. Not that I'm aware of. I try to mainly eat whole foods, and I don't buy any seed oils to use in my cooking. But apparently, it's big in a lot of processed foods and whatnot. Natasha's a fan. Oh. Natasha says best food to help cancer grow is sugars and starches. I think sugars and starches, generally speaking, you probably want less of those. Yeah, stress is not good for cancer at all. We'll see that. And then there's lots of other things that have happened in the last couple of years that may have an effect on that, if you catch my drift. Coworker lives 9 miles from D.C. He has to pay $30 in tolls one way to get to his office in under an hour. Exactly. See, and if you're only being paid, $10 an hour or something like that, you're not going to do that. Right? This is only for people that make a good amount of money are going to be able to drop $30 on the toll road. And so they're able to go quicker. Not very democratic, is it? Toll roads and higher parking fees I don't think are very democratic, but I think that there are other solutions that we can come up with. I guess the flip side of this should be I should just decide to be worth tens of millions of dollars, and then I wouldn't have to deal with any of that. I like that. That's a good alternative, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get them to change the parking fees and the toll roads. So I ought to just embrace it and just become a multimillionaire. It's a good idea. Gesundheit, no blessings for you. Okay. Gesundheit, which means good health, right? Auf Deutsch. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have for y'all today. Thanks for sticking with it. I am pleased. I'm looking here. The entire stream, 40 minutes or 38 minutes, 0 dropped frames. So I figured out how to stream to YouTube without issues in 1080 HD. So I'm very happy with that. We'll figure out the Rumble thing. I know I said last week I'd figure out the Rumble thing. I will figure it out this week. Knock on wood. Anyway, Alan Durrell says, censored comment. Tried 2 times to copy, paste, and change what and how I wrote. Not functioning. The censoring is getting out of hand. Think they're using some sort of AI for that. Yes. The chat on YouTube is definitely monitored by something, right? I don't know if it's AI or just some kind of algorithm or something. So certain phrases, certain words are not allowed, and they just don't allow that to be posted. As far as I know, I don't have any... I think I have the power to censor words. I don't think I have made a list of it. So I do have the power that I could go in and put in certain words that I don't want people talking about or saying. I don't think I have any of those words on that list. It's been years since I looked. So, yeah. Cops coming for you, Tom. Oh, you could hear that. Yeah. Something going on out there. I'm not sure. Wow, I'm surprised that it actually picked that up, because this is a directional mic, so I didn't think it would pick that up. But yeah, there was some police activity outside to my left. Not a shock. Anyway, we'll figure out the Rumble stuff, And I'll be back on Wednesday, hopefully with a multi-stream to more than one place. But this worked today, so I'm pretty happy about that. Hope you all are doing fantastic. Until next time. And I see, when I'm leaving, I need to have the mouse actually work. There we go. And then I can click it. Until next time. Peace.